Morning, it's Thursday the 5th of December 2024. Bit of a wet start this morning, but I'll tell you something, it's tropical, it's lovely and warm. In fact, it's too warm for this coat I've got on. I said, tonight we will be live at 8 o'clock, I would imagine, if I can get on along Johnny today.
Feeling stupid?
I know I am. I'm off to the races today at Market Raisins, so if I don't get any many comments answered, that's the reason why I will catch up eventually. I've got something going on with my lights. Anyway, today we're going to talk about Richard Tice. It's flashing like a disco. Richard Tice, better known as Dick. He's the MP for Boston and Skegness, multimillionaire, ex-public school boy, always deputy leader of Reform UK, which proclaimed to be the party of the people, of the Malaites folks. This didn't happen on news at 10, I'm sure. No. The party of the people, rich people that is. And he was on Sky News on Tuesday trying to defend the actions of James McMurdoch. He's the Reform MP for South Basildon and East Thurrock since July this year when he got elected with a majority of 98 votes. McMurdoch conveniently forgot to put on his sheet that he got a criminal past, and the people, the electorate of South Basildon and East Thurrock didn't know that prior to election. But he had been found guilty, kicking his then ex-girl, well his now ex-girlfriend, then his girlfriend, while she was on floor outside a nightclub when he was aged 18. And here's a clip of Richard trying to defend the indispensable. How soft a sofa is though for keeping at him.
People are voting for an MP. They have a right to know.
And we also have
that's right, isn't it?
But we also have a right.
So you do accept that? There's a transparency and a truth, and then people can make up their own minds in democracy.
The transparency is we have a right to a difference of opinion, OK? And one individual's opinion as to what happened, OK, who was there, by the way.
So
the Times were not there, the court documents were not there. So can I suggest that actually the individual might be closer to the truth because he was there?
What's he told you happened?
I'm not going to go into individuals. What I'm going to say is, at the end of the day, people made a decision in the courts. He served the punishment that he was given.
For what?
What
did he do?
And look, we live in a Christian nation, and we believe in redemption. You've done your bit. You've done your sentence, and you move on. And I think that's a great thing.
What did he do?
Look, at the end of the day...
Because I don't know what he's supposed to be redeemed for at the minute. What did he do?
Well, look, the court made a decision. We rely on the court judgment, right? And you can have different opinions as to what... Look, if he agrees or disagrees with that, that's one thing. At the end of the day, the court ruled, the court made a decision, and he served his time, and now he's had a great career, and I think that's a really positive sign, where you can say to someone, if you do something stupid, you do something bad, you make a terrible mistake, but actually you can come back from it. And that, I think, is a really constructive, optimistic thing.
If it's a good thing, why don't you just say what he's done?
Because I wasn't there on the night, and there's a disagreement about it.
Must have told you something, though. Yeah. I mean, you're serving in Parliament with him,
so I'm
right?
on his side. I disagree with what else is saying.
So you don't think he kicked her, then? Is that what you're saying?
I'm trusting James. He's bang on the money, and I think that what he says is right. He was there. The court wasn't there. The Times weren't there.
Well, the victim was there as well, right?
Yeah, and they're going to have a disagreement. But at the end of the day, the law is the law. The law made a determination. Do you trust the law, right, or do you trust the Times 20 years later?
Well, the law said he was guilty.
The law, exactly, OK? Right, so the law said he was guilty. They served a sentence, and he's done his time, and he's moved on and has been incredibly successful. And I'm very...
About that, then. You can tell he's under pressure when he starts getting all shouting. He's a bit like fucking Nigel Farage, isn't he? They don't like being held to account. And Tice Dick were actually suggesting that he fucking didn't do it, and he wouldn't answer when Sophie said, what did he do? He just said... The court made a decision and he had served his time. And Tice said, I'm trusting James. He was there on the night. I'm trusting what he said. But the facts are for Dick, what the court said, she was kicked repeatedly. The girl's mother said, he's a monster. He left marks on her body and it took 2 security guards to pull him off. And into the breach, what about this? Up steps Reform's newest recruit, Tim Montgomery. Listen to what Tim had to say.
Working people, but occasionally you get the odd wrong un. And you know that I must ask you about James McMurdoch and the fact that he attacked his girlfriend many years ago now when he was a teenager. But nevertheless, can that ever be justified?
No. I saw Sophie Ridge's interview with Richard Tice yesterday, and I didn't really understand some of the points that Richard Tice was making. I'm not going to be someone who's going to defend reform at every point. If you kick a woman on the ground, it's unacceptable.
Kicked her several times.
Or whatever, according to the reports.
Yes.
I don't know, how the veracity of them. But if those reports are true, if you kick a woman on the ground in any violent way, that for me is disqualifying. Even if it was some years ago, that's a horrendous thing to do.
So you think he should step down?
If that account of what happened is true, I think... and it wasn't, the electorate that gave him a very narrow victory at the last election didn't know that.
Yes,
and so
I
think,
accept that.
Yeah.
Let me just read to you, if I may, please, Tim, because you've been very honest with us. Further details emerged of the incident after the Times applied to the court for information from the official record, which showed he received a custodial sentence for kicking the victim around 4 times. Mr Murdoch's victim's mother went on to say that it took 2 security guards to pull him off her.
Yeah. Well, as I can only repeat what I've already said. If that is what happened, that for me is disqualifying.
What about that? Kay Burley, I must ask you about James McMurdoch, Tim Montgomery. If you kick a woman on the ground, that for me is a disqualification. The electorate gave him a narrow majority and they didn't know. A man of reason is Tim. Fucking hell, I mean, this light's flashing like fuck. Man of reason is Tim. I don't know how long he'll last if he keeps speaking the truth like the Reform Party. But where's the chief whip in all this? 30 pence Lee Anderson. Why don't he remove the fucking whip? He either removes it or he condones it. You can remember the other week, well last week in fact, Louise Haigh resigned over a fucking mobile phone. This kid's kicked lumps out of a fucking young lass and his fucking MP never ate. And remember, he's gone for glasses. We've struggled long enough. I'll tell you something about old Dick. He's costing Remain lots of votes because he opens his fucking mouth and he lies, a bit like his leader. He's costing him lots of votes. What I say about Dick, he's the gift what keeps on fucking giving. Wakey, wakey! Have a great day, everybody. Let's get some winners. We need a new light.